Most people fail not because they can't win, but because they give themselves permission to quit. The second you remove that option, everything changes. You stop waiting, you stop doubting, you stop hiding behind excuses. You act like there's no safety net, no way out, no plan B, and suddenly you fight harder, think sharper, and push further than you ever imagined. Today I'm going to tell you why quitting cannot exist in your vocabulary, and how that single decision can make you unstoppable. Your energy is your currency. Stop spending it on distractions. Every thought, every action, every second you give away to something meaningless is money out of your future bank account. Every wasted moment is a debt you will pay with regret. The people who win in life are not the ones who have more talent, more money, or more luck. They are the ones who guard their focus like their life depends on it, and it does. You cannot build an empire while scrolling through someone else's highlight reel. You cannot create greatness while drowning in the noise of 1,000 irrelevant opinions. Every ounce of energy you have is fuel for your dream, and if you burn it on gossip, drama, and comparison, you will be empty when it's time to push. Your mind is the engine, your focus is the steering wheel, and your actions are the gas pedal. If you let anyone else grab the wheel, don't be surprised when you end up somewhere you never wanted to be. You have one destination, your vision. And that destination demands full attention. Discipline is not punishment. It's protection. It protects you from mediocrity, from the slow death of wasted potential. Discipline is saying no when everyone else says just once won't hurt. Or it's leaving the party early to work on your craft. It's sacrificing comfort today for freedom tomorrow. Stop looking for approval. Stop needing validation. The world does not pay you for fitting in. It pays you for standing out, for delivering value, for mastering something most people quit. And mastery is only possible when you focus so intensely that every distraction feels like a threat to your life's mission. People will not understand why you disappear. They will not understand why you work in silence. They will not understand why you seem obsessed. Let them talk. While they waste their breath, you are building. While they sleep, you are moving. While they wait for motivation, you are disciplined enough to act without it. The dream is built in the dark, in the hours no one claps for you, in the days no one checks on you. This is where focus becomes your secret weapon. You keep your head down, you do the work, and you trust the process. Then one day the results become so loud that no one can ignore them. You must become ruthless about where your attention goes. Ask yourself every day, does this help me get closer to my dream? Or does it pull me away? If it pulls you away, cut it. No hesitation, no guilt, no negotiation. The future you are building cannot afford dead weight. Comparison is poison. Every second you look at someone else's life is a second stolen from building your own. Their journey has nothing to do with yours. Your competition is not them. It's the weaker version of you who refuses to focus. Beat that version every day. The difference between the top 1% and the rest isn't opportunity. It's concentration. They see the same distractions you see, but they ignore them.
They hear the same noise you hear, but they tune it out.
They face the same doubts you face, but they fight through them with action. You are either moving toward your dream or away from it. There is no standing still. Every choice you make is a vote for your future or a vote against it. Choose with intention. Every yes to a distraction is a no to your success. Every wasted hour is an hour you will beg for later. Time is not your friend. It is your judge. And it will ask you one question at the end, what did you do with me? Will you answer with excuses or evidence? Will you say, I could have, I should have, or will you stand proudly and say, I did? Your focus is your weapon. In the hands of the undisciplined, it's harmless. But in the hands of the committed, it's unstoppable. Commit now. Lock in. Refuse to be moved by anything that doesn't align with your mission. There will be days when it feels easier to give up. There will be moments when the temptation to drift is strong. In those moments, remember, comfort is the enemy. Distraction is the thief. Discipline is the savior. And your dream is worth every ounce of fight you have. So shut the door. Turn off the noise. Delete the distractions. Protect your energy like your life depends on it, because the life you want does. Focus until your dream is so close you can feel it breathing down your neck. Then push harder. The world belongs to those who refuse to look away from what they want. Be one of them. What you think about grows. Choose your thoughts like a weapon. Every thought you entertain plants a seed in your future. If you think weakness, you grow weaker. If you think doubt, you grow hesitation. But if you think strength, courage, and possibility, you will grow into someone unstoppable. Your mind is a battlefield, and the war is fought in silence. Every day you are either arming yourself with thoughts that build you or loading the enemy's gun with your own fear. Your thoughts create your actions create your habits, and your habits create your life. If you allow negativity to live in your mind, it will choke every dream you have before it has the chance to breathe. But if you feed your mind with purpose, vision, and relentless belief, you will watch those thoughts turn into a reality so strong that no one can take it from you. Stop thinking about what can go wrong and start obsessing over what can go right. Your focus shapes your reality. Where you direct your mental energy decides the world you will live in tomorrow. Worry is just faith in the wrong outcome. Replace it with an unshakable belief that you will find a way, because belief fuels action, and action changes everything. The world is filled with people who never made it because they lost the mental battle before they even began. They thought failure, so they failed. They thought limitation, so they stopped. They thought fear, so they froze. You can't allow your mind to become the prison that holds your potential hostage. You must turn it into the weapon that frees you. Every great achievement began as a single thought. The skyscraper was first an idea in someone's mind. The business empire, the invention, the victory, all born from thought. And if you can think it with enough clarity and belief, you can build it. But clarity requires discipline. It means removing the mental trash. It means refusing to let the voices of doubt, comparison, and fear rent space in your mind. Feed your mind with strength daily. Read, listen, watch, and surround yourself with what fuels your fire. Your mind cannot grow powerful if it is starved. It cannot win battles if it is untrained. You cannot expect success while thinking failure. You cannot expect abundance while thinking scarcity. You cannot expect greatness while thinking average. You become what you dwell on. If you constantly think about obstacles, you will see them everywhere. But if you think about solutions, you will start to see paths where others only see walls. Your mind bends reality to fit your dominant thoughts, so make sure they are worth living in. When doubt whispers, replace it instantly with action. Action kills fear faster than anything else. When your mind says you can't, answer it with "watch me." This is not arrogance. This is mental survival. Because if you give doubt a moment, it will take the whole day. You must become a master at mental control. Let your mind know that it works for you. You do not work for it. Thoughts will come and go, but you decide which ones stay and which ones are thrown out. Guard your mental door as if your future depends on it, because it does. Understand this: you cannot control everything that happens to you, but you can always control what you think about it. And when you control your thoughts, you control your emotions. When you control your emotions, you control your actions. And when you control your actions long enough, you control your destiny. People will call you obsessive when you refuse to feed your mind with garbage. They will call you too intense when you stop entertaining negative conversations. Let them talk. You are not here to be casual. You are here to be exceptional. And exceptional people think differently. They think intentionally. They think like warriors, not victims. You have two choices. You can let your thoughts be a weapon that destroys you, or you can make them a weapon that builds you. You can aim them at problems or at possibilities. You can fire them toward excuses or toward execution. Every day you're pulling the trigger, make sure it's pointed at something worth hitting. This is the truth most people run from. Your thoughts are not harmless. They are construction crews or wrecking balls. They are seeds or weeds. They are fuel or poison. And the choice of which one they become is entirely yours. So think victory when you feel defeat. Think progress when you feel stuck. Think discipline when you feel lazy. Think abundance when you feel lack. Train your mind to default to strength, not weakness. Do this long enough and it will become automatic. The strongest people you know aren't just physically tough. They are mentally bulletproof. They have trained themselves to focus on what they can control, to see the possibility in the impossible, to find opportunity in the disaster. They think like champions before they ever win, and that is why they win. Your life will always follow the direction of your strongest thoughts. If you think average, you will live average. If you think small, you will live small. But if you dare to think big and back it with relentless action, you will live a life others can only imagine. Choose your thoughts like your future depends on it, because it does. Aim them like a weapon, sharpen them daily, fire them with precision, and never, ever allow a single day to pass where your thoughts aren't working for you. Because in the end, the war is always won in the mind before it is won in the world. You cannot chase your dream while watching others live theirs. Every second you spend staring at someone else's life is a second stolen from building your own. You can't run your race while your eyes are on someone else's lane. The finish line you're chasing doesn't move closer by watching. It moves closer by doing. Comparison is a trap that turns your energy into dust. It distracts you, drains you, and convinces you that someone else's timeline should be yours. But their journey is theirs, and yours is yours. No amount of staring will teach you what doing will. Every minute you waste observing is a minute you could have been creating. You were not put here to be a spectator. You were put here to be a builder, a mover, a fighter for the life you want. Watching someone else's success should light a fire in you, not chain you in place. If you're jealous, you're not working hard enough. If you're bitter, you're not focused enough. If you're distracted, you're not hungry enough. The truth is harsh. Your dream will not wait for you. It doesn't care about your excuses, your distractions, or your endless scrolling. It rewards the one who shows up every day, whether inspired or not. The one who works while others watch. The one who builds while others talk. The one who chooses action over entertainment. Every time you look over your shoulder at someone else's life, you lose speed in your own. And speed matters. Momentum matters. The habit of moving matters. Because dreams are built in the hours when no one is watching and in the days when nothing seems to be working. The people you admire didn't get there by watching others. They got there by focusing so intensely on their own path that the world had no choice but to notice. They didn't stop to measure themselves against the progress of others. They didn't pause to wonder if they were moving too slowly. They understood one thing: movement is better than judgment. Progress is better than comparison. You will never outpace someone if you're too busy counting their steps. You can't master your craft if you're too busy analyzing theirs. Your time, your energy, and your focus are the most valuable tools you have, and they should be aimed at your mission, not scattered across other people's lives. Jealousy is wasted energy. Envy is wasted vision. Your mind is not a storage unit for other people's wins. It's a workshop for your own. Fill it with your ideas, your plans, your strategies. Work so deeply in your own lane that you have no time to check who's ahead or behind. This is where most people fail, not because they lack talent, not because they lack opportunity, but because they lack focus. They are so busy watching that they forget to work. They feed on the illusion of progress by living through other people's highlights, but at the end of the day, they have nothing real to show. If you want to win, you have to be ruthless about where your attention goes. Your dream deserves your full investment, not the scraps left over after you've spent the day distracted. You can't deposit time into your vision and withdraw it for gossip, drama, and comparison without paying the price. Ask yourself, how many hours have you given to your dream this week? How much energy have you put into building what you say you want? If your actions don't match your ambition, you don't have a dream, you have a wish, and wishes die in the shadow of someone else's spotlight. You must choose between being a watcher or a doer. Watchers talk, doers act, watchers wait, doers move, watchers envy, doers execute. And execution is the only thing that moves you from where you are to where you want to be. Your dream will not become real because you believe in it. It will become real because you worked for it when no one cared, when no one was clapping, when it felt like nothing was changing. Those who stay in the fight long enough always see the breakthrough. Those who spend their fight watching others never even get close. There will always be people ahead of you. There will always be people behind you. But the only person you should be measuring yourself against is the version of you from yesterday. If you're better, faster, sharper, and more disciplined than you were yesterday, you're winning. If you're not, then you've got work to do, and no time to waste watching anyone else. The truth is, the world does not need more spectators. It needs builders. It needs dreamers who act. It needs people who are too busy working on their vision to care about what anyone else is doing. The stage is wide open for those who refuse to get lost in the crowd. So stop watching. Stop comparing. Stop waiting for the perfect moment. There is no perfect moment. There is only now. And now is the only time you will ever have to take one more step toward your dream. One day, if you do the work, people will watch you. They will talk about you. They will analyze how you did it. And you will know the truth. You didn't get there by staring at them. You got there by staring down your own path and never looking away. Run your race, lock in. Build like the world is watching, even when no one is. And when the day comes that they finally see you win, they'll realize they were watching the wrong person all along. Discipline is the bridge from desire to reality. Everyone wants something, but wanting doesn't move you an inch closer to it. Desire is the spark, but discipline is the fire that keeps burning when the spark fades. Without discipline, your dreams stay locked in your head, nothing more than fantasies. With discipline, you take that vision, drag it into the real world, and make it solid enough to stand on. You can hope, you can dream, you can visualize, but unless you have the discipline to act when you don't feel like it, to keep pushing when the excitement is gone, and to hold the line when temptation calls, your desire will die where it started. Discipline is the separator, the thing that divides the ones who say, I wish, from the ones who say, I did. Discipline is not glamorous. It's not a highlight reel. It's not applause. Discipline is early mornings when the world is still asleep. Discipline is saying no when everyone else says yes. Discipline is showing up when you're tired, working when you're uninspired, and grinding when no one sees you. Most people fail not because they lack desire, but because they lack the daily structure to turn that desire into progress. They thought wanting it badly enough was enough. It's not. The world is full of people who wanted something but never got it. Wanting is free. Discipline is expensive. It costs you comfort, time, energy, and sometimes relationships, but it pays you back in freedom, pride, and success that lasts. Discipline is not about punishment. It's about alignment. It's the act of putting your actions in line with your intentions. If you say you want success, but your habits are built on laziness, distraction, and inconsistency, you are lying to yourself. Your daily behavior is the truest measure of your commitment. The hardest part of discipline is doing what needs to be done when you don't feel like doing it. Feelings are unreliable. They change with the weather. Discipline ignores feelings and obeys decisions. It's saying, I made a choice, and I will honor it no matter how inconvenient it becomes. The bridge from desire to reality is built one plank at a time. Every plank is a disciplined action. Every time you show up, you lay another piece of that bridge. Skip enough days, and the bridge collapses. Keep showing up, and one day you'll walk across it into the life you imagined. Discipline doesn't care about motivation. Motivation is the rush you feel when you start. Discipline is what's left when that rush is gone. Motivation gets you moving. Discipline keeps you moving. The people who succeed are not the most motivated. They are the most disciplined. You will be tempted. You will be distracted. You will be offered easier paths that promise quicker rewards. And every time you will face a choice. Do you take the shortcut and betray your future, or do you hold the line and stay the course? Discipline is choosing the long game over the quick win. Some days will be harder than others. There will be mornings you want to quit. Nights when exhaustion is louder than ambition. Weeks when results seem invisible. These are the moments discipline was built for. It's in these moments that average people stop and winners push through. Your habits are either moving you toward your dream or away from it. Discipline is the act of choosing the habits that build you and rejecting the ones that break you. Every choice is a brick in the foundation of your future. Stack enough bricks with discipline, and you'll build something unshakable. If you can master yourself, you can master anything. Self-control is the ultimate power. If you can train your mind to do what is hard, your body will follow. If you can train your emotions to obey your vision, your life will follow. Discipline is self-respect in action. It's proving to yourself day after day that you are worthy of the life you're building. People will notice your results long before they notice your discipline. They'll see the success and call you lucky. They'll see the achievements and call you talented. They won't see the countless moments you wanted to stop but didn't. Let them think what they want. You don't owe them the truth, but you owe yourself the work. If you want to know how disciplined you are, look at your life right now. Your current reality is the sum of your past discipline, or lack of it. If you want a different future, you must change your discipline today. There is no other way. So build the bridge, lay the planks. Show up every day, not because it's easy, not because you feel like it, but because the other side of that bridge is the life you've been dreaming about. And you will never get there by standing still. Discipline is not the enemy, it's the door. And every disciplined act is a key. Keep turning the key, keep walking the bridge, keep building until reality matches the picture in your mind. That is how you turn desire into something you can touch, see, and live in. And when you get there, you will know it wasn't luck, it wasn't talent, it wasn't chance, it was discipline. It always was. This will be relentless, intense, and built to hit hard from start to finish. Every excuse you make becomes a brick in the wall between you and success. You think you're buying yourself comfort, but you're actually building a prison. Every time you say, I'll start tomorrow, that's another brick. Every time you blame someone else, that's another brick. Every time you convince yourself that you're not ready, you're stacking the wall higher and thicker. And one day, you'll look up and realize you can't even see your dream anymore. Excuses feel safe. They protect you from the pain of responsibility. They give you a reason to stay where you are. But that safety is a lie. It's a slow death. Excuses kill ambition. They rot potential. They destroy everything you could have been. They make you comfortable in chains. You cannot build a future while you're busy explaining why you can't. No one has ever talked their way into success. Success is built with action, with sacrifice, with showing up when it's inconvenient and uncomfortable. Every time you let an excuse stand, you hand your power away. The truth is brutal. People who succeed face the same problems, the same setbacks, the same lack of time and resources as you do. The difference? They refuse to let those problems become reasons to quit. They turn obstacles into fuel, not excuses. They find a way because quitting is not an option in their mind. Excuses are easy. Discipline is hard. And that's why most people never get what they want, because they choose easy over hard, comfort over growth, distraction over focus. But easy never changes you. Easy never builds you. Easy never takes you anywhere worth going. Every excuse you make is time you'll never get back. Time is the most expensive currency you have, and you're spending it on avoiding the very work that would change your life. You don't get refunds. You don't get do-overs. One day the clock will run out, and the wall you've been building with excuses will be the only thing you leave behind. Stop lying to yourself. Stop saying I don't have time while wasting hours on things that don't matter. Stop saying I can't when the truth is you won't. Stop pretending the conditions need to be perfect. Perfect never comes. You start where you are with what you have and you make it work. Your dreams don't care about your excuses. The world doesn't care about your excuses. Life will keep moving whether you take action or not. And while you're explaining why you haven't started, someone else is out there building what you wish you had. Think about the cost of every excuse. That workout you skipped because you were tired, that's one less step toward the body you want. That business call you didn't make because you weren't ready, that's one less opportunity you'll never see again. That skill you didn't learn because you said it's too hard, that's one more door you'll never open. Every excuse has a price, and you pay it with your future. You have two choices: build the wall or break it down. You build it by making excuses. You break it by taking action. The first swing of the hammer is the hardest, but every time you act instead of excuse, you smash another brick. And if you swing long enough, you'll tear the whole thing down and see your dream clearly again. No one is going to knock down that wall for you. No one is coming to save you. You built it. You have to destroy it. You do that by refusing to accept your own lies. You do it by holding yourself to a higher standard. You do it by deciding that your future is worth more than your comfort. Every successful person has a story of times they could have made excuses but didn't. They were tired, broke, scared, or unprepared, and they moved anyway. That's the difference. That's what separates winners from everyone else. It's not luck, it's not talent, it's not privilege, it's the refusal to quit, even when quitting is easy. Excuses are addictive. The more you make them, the easier they become. You start believing them. You start thinking you can't do it, and before you know it, you're sitting in a life you didn't want, wondering how you got there. You got there one excuse at a time. But here's the good news. Action is addictive too. The more you take it, the stronger you get. The more you push, the more capable you feel. The more you move forward, the more unstoppable you become. And one day, the thought of making an excuse will feel disgusting to you because you'll know exactly what it costs. So stop waiting for the perfect moment. Stop hiding behind reasons. Stop building the wall. Tear it down with action, one brick at a time. Work when you're tired. Start when you're scared. Keep going when you're discouraged. And every time that voice in your head tries to hand you an excuse, answer it with, I'm doing it anyway. Because at the end of your life, the wall you built will either be the barrier that kept you from everything you wanted or the rubble you crushed on your way to victory. Which one it becomes is up to you. Your circle should push you, not pause you. The people around you are either pulling you forward or holding you back. There is no in between. Every conversation, every interaction, every relationship is either fuel or poison for your ambition. If your circle doesn't challenge you to grow, you're not in a circle. You're in a cage. Too many people fail, not because they lack talent or opportunity, but because they surround themselves with anchors instead of engines. Anchors keep you in the same place, even when you want to move. They pull you back every time you start to gain speed. Engines, on the other hand, make you faster, sharper, and stronger. They make sure you don't slow down when the road gets hard. Your environment is stronger than your willpower. You can want success badly, but if you're surrounded by people who accept mediocrity, you will eventually accept it too. Their habits will rub off on you. Their limits will become your limits. Their excuses will start to sound like your own. That's why you must guard your circle like your life depends on it, because your future does. If your friends don't make you uncomfortable in your comfort zone, they're not friends, they're enablers. A real friend doesn't watch you waste your potential. A real friend doesn't let you play small. A real friend calls you out when you're slacking, celebrates your wins, and pushes you toward your next level even when you resist it. The truth is simple. You rise or fall to the level of the people you spend the most time with. Spend time with complainers and you'll start to complain. Spend time with grinders and you'll start to grind. You can't outthink your environment forever. It will shape you whether you want it to or not. Look at the 5 people you interact with the most. Are they building? Are they improving? Are they chasing something bigger than themselves? Are they drifting, settling, and talking about what they could do instead of doing it? That's your future staring back at you. If you don't like what you see, change the picture. Cutting people off isn't cruel when they're cutting you off from your potential. It's self-respect. It's survival. You can't fly if you're tied to dead weight. You can't run if someone's grabbing your ankle. Sometimes you have to choose between keeping the peace and keeping your purpose alive. Choose your purpose every time. Your circle should make you think bigger, work harder, and move faster. They should inspire you to raise your standards just by the way they live. They should make you want to show up stronger, not because they told you to, but because their example leaves you no other choice. If you're always the smartest or hardest working person in the room, you're in the wrong room. Comfort in your circle means stagnation. Growth comes from being around people who intimidate you a little, who force you to level up just to keep up. Iron sharpens iron, and if you're surrounded by dull blades, you'll rust with them. It's not just about who you remove, it's about who you add. Find people who talk about vision, not gossip. People who discuss ideas, not problems. People who make plans, not excuses. People who see your potential and won't let you waste it. The right circle doesn't just support your goals, they hold you accountable to them. And understand this, the right circle won't always agree with you. They won't always tell you what you want to hear. They'll challenge your thinking, question your decisions, and push you beyond the limits you've set for yourself. That's not negativity, that's investment. Weak people want approval, strong people want accountability. You don't owe loyalty to people who drain you. Loyalty is earned, and it's earned by mutual growth, not by shared history. If they can't celebrate your progress, if they resent your ambition, if they pull you back every time you try to move forward, they're not your people. Your time is too valuable to spend it explaining why you want more.
The right people already get it.
They don't need you to justify your hunger. They share it. They feed it. They make it stronger. Being in the right circle feels like wind at your back. You still have to run, but you move faster than you ever could alone. And when you find that circle, protect it. Show up for them the way they show up for you. Push them as hard as they push you. Make it a culture where no one settles, no one quits, and no one lets the others fade into mediocrity. Your dream will be tested. Life will throw distractions, delays, and disappointments at you. And when that happens, your circle will make the difference between breaking and breaking through. With the wrong people, you'll quit. With the right people, you'll fight harder. So ask yourself today, who in my life is pushing me? Who is pausing me and who is pulling me back? Answer honestly, then act accordingly. Because your circle is either building your bridge to success or adding bricks to the wall between you and it. Surround yourself with the ones who refuse to let you fail, who see the greatness in you even on the days you don't see it in yourself. And cut away anyone who doesn't make you better, not out of hate, but out of love for the life you're building. Your circle is your mirror. Make sure it's showing you the future you want, not the one you're trying to escape. And if it's not, change it. Because you can survive with the wrong people, but you can only win with the right ones. It's built to be relentless and purpose-driven from start to finish. Time wasted on comparison steals from your purpose. Every second you spend measuring yourself against someone else is a second you've abandoned your own mission. You cannot build your dream while staring at theirs. You cannot move forward while constantly looking sideways. Comparison is not harmless. It's a silent thief. It doesn't just take your time, it robs your energy, your focus, and your belief. You were not born to live someone else's life. You were born to fulfill your own. Yet most people never do because they're too busy stacking their progress against someone else's timeline. They look at where others are, forget where they started, and convince themselves they're behind. But you're not behind. You're just distracted. The moment you take your eyes off your own path, you lose speed on it. Every person you compare yourself to has a different story, a different set of challenges, a different set of opportunities. You don't know what they sacrificed, what they endured, or what battles they fought in silence. And none of that matters anyway, because their journey isn't yours. You can't win their race, and they can't win yours.
Comparison breeds resentment.
It poisons your motivation. It turns what should inspire you into something that makes you bitter. Instead of learning from others, you start envying them. Instead of building, you start doubting. And doubt is the enemy of action. The more you doubt, the less you move. The less you move, the further you drift from your purpose. Your purpose demands your full attention. It requires you to guard your focus as if your future depends on it, because it does. Every moment you waste watching someone else's progress is a moment you could have spent building your own. And those moments add up, day by day, month by month, year by year, until you look back and realize you've been a spectator in your own life. The people who achieve the most aren't necessarily the most talented or the most gifted. They're the ones who learn to keep their eyes on their own work. They draw motivation from others without letting it derail them. They see success as proof that it's possible, not as a reason to question themselves. They understand that their pace, their path, and their process are exactly what they need to get where they're meant to go. Comparison tricks you into thinking you're losing when in reality, the only way to lose is to stop. Your journey might be slower. It might look different. But speed means nothing if you're heading in the wrong direction. Consistency beats comparison every single time. The one who keeps going will always outlast the one who keeps looking around. You have to train yourself to turn comparison into fuel. When you see someone doing what you want to do, don't envy them. Study them. Learn from them. Let their progress remind you that the dream is possible. Then get back to work before your mind starts wandering into jealousy, because the line between admiration and envy is thin, and once you cross it, your focus is gone. If you're going to measure anything, measure yourself against the person you were yesterday. Are you more disciplined? Are you more consistent? Are you more committed? If the answer is yes, you're winning. If the answer is no, you know where to put your energy. And it's not into scrolling through someone else's highlight reel. The truth is, most of what you compare yourself to isn't even real. People show the wins, not the losses. They show the results, not the grind. They show the smile, not the struggle. And if you measure your life against that illusion, you will always feel like you're behind. Stop letting a filtered reality dictate how you feel about your unfiltered one. You owe it to your purpose to give it your undivided attention. You owe it to yourself to pour every drop of energy into the things that move you forward. That means saying no to distraction, no to envy, and no to the habit of looking at someone else's life more than your own. Your purpose is too important to put on hold while you count someone else's blessings. The next time you feel yourself comparing, stop and redirect that energy into action. Do one thing, just one, that gets you closer to your goal. Make a call, study a skill, train your body, improve your craft. Turn the time you would have wasted into momentum you can feel. Do this enough, and you won't have time to compare. You'll be too busy building. At the end of your life, you won't be judged on how you measured up to someone else. You'll be judged on whether you fulfilled what you were capable of. You'll either look back and see a trail of excuses and distractions, or you'll see proof that you gave everything you had to your purpose. And the difference will come down to what you did with your focus. So keep your eyes forward. Protect your attention. Build your vision. And whenever the temptation to compare comes knocking, remember this: comparison takes, purpose gives. One leads you to regret, the other to fulfillment, and you cannot serve both. The dream is built in private before it's celebrated in public. The crowd only claps for the result. They don't see the nights you stayed awake while the world slept. They don't see the sacrifices, the rejections, the lonely hours when quitting whispered louder than hope. That's because the foundation of every dream is poured where no one is watching. And if you can't handle the silence of that season, you will never hear the roar of applause in the next one. In private, there's no validation, no spotlight, no cheering section. Just you, your vision, and the discipline to keep going when no one cares. This is where the real work happens. This is where you sharpen your skills, test your limits, and prove to yourself that your dream is worth the grind. It's easy to want the stage, but the stage belongs to those who've done the work in the shadows. Too many people want to be celebrated without being prepared. They want the reward without the repetition. But the truth is, success is never built in the moment it's seen. It's built in every unseen moment before it. The public celebration is just the unveiling of what you've already done in private. If you want to be celebrated for something, first be willing to build it when no one's looking. The private season is where you face the tests that no one will ever hear about. The doubts you battle alone, the failures you don't post about, the mornings you wake up tired but still move forward. Every day in this season is either moving you closer to your dream or further away from it. And the choice is always yours. You have to embrace the fact that the world won't understand what you're doing yet. They might think you're wasting your time. They might laugh. They might doubt. That's fine. Let them. While they're busy talking, you're busy building. By the time they see it, it will be too late for them to deny it. But here's the trap. Because no one is watching, you might think no one will notice if you slack off. That's the moment most people lose. They forget that private discipline is what creates public success. Every skipped day, every half effort, every lazy choice compounds, and when the big moment comes, you'll have nothing worth showing. Building in private demands self-accountability. It means you show up even when you don't feel like it. It means you demand the highest standard from yourself, not because someone is checking, but because you refuse to let your future self down. The applause will come later, but the respect you have for yourself must come now. The irony is that when people finally notice you, they will call you lucky or overnight success. They won't see the years you worked when no one cared. They won't see the sacrifices you made while they were distracted. That's fine. Let them underestimate the cost. You didn't do it for them anyway. If you're chasing a dream, understand this. The private season will feel longer than you expect. Progress will feel slower than you want. And the temptation to quit will come more often than you can imagine. But the dream isn't just built in those quiet hours. You're built there too. The patience, the grit, the resilience you develop in private are the very things that will keep you standing when the spotlight finally hits. When the day comes that your work is celebrated, you will know the truth. That the real victory wasn't the applause, but the fact that you didn't quit before it arrived. That you kept going when no one believed. That you stayed committed in the dark so you could shine in the light. So, stop craving instant recognition. Stop looking for proof that others see what you're doing. Start putting in the hours when no one's watching. Start stacking wins in silence. Because every rep, every late night, every sacrifice in private is a deposit in the account of your future success. And one day that account will pay out in a way that can't be ignored. The dream is not built by chance. It is built by intention. It is built by persistence. It is built by the person who understands that the celebration belongs to the one who endured the unseen grind without needing applause to keep going. Remember this: if you cannot stay disciplined in the shadows, you will collapse under the spotlight. The strength you need to hold the dream together is forged in the quiet places, in the lonely places, in the hours where the only voice telling you to keep going is your own. That is where champions are made. So, embrace the private season. Fall in love with the process no one else sees. Let your work speak louder than your need for recognition, because when your time comes, the world will see the celebration, but you will know it was built in the silence, and that truth will be worth more than any applause you'll ever hear. Your focus decides your future. Guard it fiercely. Where your attention goes, your energy flows, and where your energy flows, your life follows. Every distraction you allow is a thief, stealing time from your destiny. Your focus is the steering wheel of your life, and every second you let someone else grab it, you hand them control over where you end up. Distractions don't just waste time, they reroute your future. Every moment you spend absorbed in noise, in drama, in other people's business, you delay the life you're meant to live. Focus is the filter that decides what gets your mind and what gets ignored. If you don't choose what you give it to, the world will choose for you. And the world will always choose triviality over transformation. Guarding your focus is not passive. It is war. Every day, the world bombards you with alerts, opinions, temptations, and shiny detours disguised as opportunities. You must fight to keep your eyes locked on the path you've chosen. You must say no more than you say yes. You must become ruthless with your time, because once it's gone, it doesn't come back. Most people think failure comes from lack of talent or bad luck, but in truth, failure is born from divided focus. You cannot build a legacy when your attention is scattered across 100 meaningless things. You cannot move forward with power if your energy leaks into every distraction that passes by. Guarding your focus means removing what doesn't matter, even if it's comfortable, even if it's familiar, even if other people don't understand why you're cutting it out. If it doesn't serve your vision, it doesn't deserve your attention, period. Focus is not just about what you look at. It's about what you refuse to look at. You must deliberately starve the things that drain you. You must delete the distractions before they delete your potential. Every notification you ignore is a vote for your dream. Every temptation you walk away from is proof that your future matters more than your impulses. You can't plant a seed and keep digging it up to check if it's growing. You can't keep starting and stopping and expect momentum to carry you. Focus means planting yourself in the work and refusing to move until it's done. It means working in deep, undisturbed stretches, letting the world fade away so you can build something that will outlast it. Guarding your focus also means guarding your environment. Your surroundings are either sharpening you or dulling you. If you're surrounded by noise, chaos, and negativity, your mind will never have the space it needs to create something powerful. Build an environment that forces you to pay attention to what matters. Remove people, habits, and environments that pull you backward. Your focus is your superpower, but only if you direct it. Scattered energy builds nothing. Concentrated energy builds empires. The person who can ignore 99 meaningless things to pour into the one thing that matters will always win. Every breakthrough in history came from someone who refused to look away from their vision. They were mocked, doubted, and misunderstood, but they kept their eyes locked forward. They understood that the world belongs to those who can hold their attention long enough to turn dreams into reality. Guarding your focus will require you to walk alone sometimes. It will mean saying no to invitations, ignoring trends, and removing yourself from the crowd. But isolation in pursuit of your dream is not loneliness. It is preparation. You are not missing out. You are making space for something greater. The temptation will always be there to check what others are doing, to compare your pace to theirs, to get pulled into their noise. But remember this: your future is being written by the choices you make in the present. Every second you look away from your own work is a second you are adding to theirs. You can't build your empire if you're too busy counting someone else's bricks. Guarding your focus also means mastering your mind. Your thoughts are either pushing you forward or pulling you back. Every time you catch yourself drifting into doubt, negativity, or envy, snap yourself back to your mission. The strongest people in the world are not the ones who can lift the most weight. They are the ones who can direct their mind toward victory no matter the noise around them. If you can master focus, you can master life. You will accomplish more in 1 year of pure disciplined concentration than most people do in a decade of scattered effort. But that requires making a daily decision to protect it from the world, from other people, and from yourself. So guard it. Guard it like your future depends on it, because it does. Cut out the noise, reject the drama, eliminate the time wasters. Pour everything you have into the work that matters most, and keep your eyes there until the result is undeniable. In the end, your future will not be decided by how talented you are, how lucky you get, or how much others support you. It will be decided by what you chose to focus on and how fiercely you guarded that focus against the world. Because your focus decides your future, and if you protect it like your life depends on it, the life you're fighting for will become your reality. Act daily as if quitting is not an option. The moment you decide that there is no exit, no safety net, no plan B, your mind shifts. You stop negotiating with yourself. You stop wondering if it's worth it. You stop asking, what if it doesn't work? And you start asking, how do I make it work? When quitting is on the table, you'll take it the second things get hard. But when quitting is eliminated, you find a way through every wall. You dig deeper. You endure the discomfort. You push past the point where most people stop because you've decided there's no stopping. Too many dreams die not because they're impossible, but because their owners gave themselves permission to give up. They treat their goals like a hobby, something they'll try until it gets tough. But try is a weak word. Try keeps the door cracked open for failure to walk in. When quitting isn't an option, try is replaced with do, build, fight, win. Acting daily with the no-quit mindset means you remove the luxury of excuses. You stop telling yourself you'll start tomorrow. You stop hiding behind reasons why it's not the right time. You move forward, even if you're tired, even if you're scared, even if it feels like the odds are against you. Every single day you do something that moves you closer to your dream. You treat discipline like oxygen, something you cannot live without. And when challenges come, you don't fold, you adapt. You see obstacles not as signals to stop, but as tests to prove you're worthy of the goal. The people who succeed are not the ones who never fail. They are the ones who never surrender. They face setbacks, criticism, and disappointment, but they keep moving. They understand that the road to victory is not straight or smooth. It's rough, uneven, and full of traps. But if you never quit, you can never lose. When quitting is off the table, your mind becomes creative. You find solutions you wouldn't have thought of if you had the option to walk away. You push harder in training. You stay longer at the grind. You face fear head on. You demand more from yourself because you know you have no choice but to win. This mindset changes how you wake up in the morning. You don't hit snooze. You don't wait for motivation to strike. You get up and you act because the mission matters more than your comfort. Comfort is for those who can afford to quit, not for those who have decided that the only acceptable outcome is success. Some people think resilience is a gift. It's not. It's a decision. It's waking up every single day and telling yourself, I will not stop. I will not turn back. I will not surrender to fear, fatigue, or failure. It's choosing to stay in the fight when your body wants to rest, your mind wants to doubt, and the world wants you to give up. When you live this way, something